today I'm drinking out of a little bottle, a little 375, and it's a sweet wine. Do you know what it is? Let's find out. Hello everyone, Jeff Echols here with The Lonely Vine. And as you saw in the opening, I've got a little bottle today. It's just a 375, so it's a half of what you normally drink in a wine bottle. And it's one I've never had on the show, and honestly, I don't think I've ever had it, period. So, should be interesting to say the least. So, what I'm having today is a Sauternes, and this is the Sablettes. This is a 2008. So this is going to be from the Bordeaux region of France, more south side of Bordeaux, in the Graves area. And this is a sweet wine, as I said. It's Semillon is the grape, most likely with some Sauvignon Blanc as well. And for instance, and this was a very inexpensive bottle, this half of a bottle of a normal one, and this was still 20 bucks. So generally a little bit more expensive. This one is from the Barsac region. It's still within Sauternes, but it can use Sauternes or Barsac as the name. But what makes these wines so interesting is, it doesn't happen every year, but most years, they actually let fungus grow on the grapes. The botrytis fungus, or noble rot, as it's known. And you're probably thinking, what? What? They let fungus grow on it? And it's, I mean, like you open the fridge and you pull a grape out and it's, or strawberry, whatever, it's got that white fungus on it, and you're like, whole package gone, not keeping any more of it. No, that's what this is, the whole cluster covered in this fungus. And what it does is the fungus pierces the skin of the grape. So it makes this little hole to get in there, and then it sucks the water out. So what does that do? Well, first it kind of raisins the grape, it shrivels it up, makes it look even nastier, but it's pulling all that water out, and what's it leaving? It's leaving sweet juice behind. So very concentrated, sweet grape juice is left and less water. So, you know, less liquid, less yield, longer growing time to let the fungus kick in, you know, and it's the region where it's at, it's a very wet region, and so that's what allows it to happen. So some very hugely expensive wines can be found for these wines. They can last forever, pretty much, on some of them. I mean, 100 years. You can have 100-year-old Sauternes wines. So, but let's see what this one has going on. Another thing on it, you know, usually most of the wines I'm serving that I pour, it's in the 62, 64 kind of range as far as temperature goes. I've left this one sit in the wine fridge cellar the whole time, so it's right around 55 degrees. This could even be served more around 50 degrees because that's how they're served. So let's see what this has going on. And you know, it's kind of thought of as a dessert wine, and with a lot of the dessert wines you think of, you know, you think of your ports or your Madeiras or your sherries, those kind of wines. Those typically pushing 17-18% alcohol. This one comes in because it's just a made wine. It's not added alcohol to it. So this one comes in at 13.5. But still, it should have quite a bit of sweetness to it. It should still have some acidity to it. Let's see what it's got going on. Color-wise, you know, more on the golden side than the straw, the yellow that we're usually used to seeing. You know, if this one could age a little bit, it would get really deep and dark in the yellow colors. Right now, still on that gold side. You can see, I don't know if you can, I always try to show this when I can see it, but it's got a little viscosity to it. It takes a little while for that to settle down, and you can see the thickness on the legs that are running down there. So, expecting that's a little bit of, what the hell did I just say? Expecting this to have a little bit of thickness to it. But let's see what it has going on the nose. So big time apricot. There's some smokiness that's coming on in this right away. Definitely getting, there's a woodsy kind of quality to it. Not like this has been sitting in oak, not that kind of woodsiness, but more foresty in the wood. More piney, pine cone kind of sense. Even some evergreen kind of thing going on in with it. Definitely that apricot's coming through strong. Maybe a little bit of the honey. You know, honey is something you should really pull out of it. In the botrytis kind of wines, I'm not getting a huge amount of it. But definitely getting the apricot. Definitely getting this real woodsy kind of evergreen, foresty kind of sense. Yeah, really interesting. I'm liking the nose on it. But let's move on to the palate and see what's going on. So you definitely has some sweetness to it. It's not real over-the-top sweetness, but it's still a powerful sweetness, if that makes any sense. It's not like a sugar-fied candy kind of sweetness, but it's definitely on the sweet side. But because it's got that body to it, because it's got that viscosity, that weight to it, it really is just hanging out. It's got this very long finish to it. And there's almost like... I definitely get a big time sense of that honey. There's this real interesting tingling that's going on as well, like on the sides of the tongue. I can really see this is the immediate thing that is coming to my head is creme brulee. Like, I know, you know, foie gras is a famous kind of pairing with this, but I would love to have this with a creme brulee right now. I think that would be fantastic with the crunchy, you know, sugar top and then the cream in the center. This would pair well with it. That's what I want right now. That's what I'm craving right now to go along with this. That apricot's really coming through. The honey's really coming through. I am getting a little bit of sense of that evergreen kind of woodsy kind of sense there as well. Get a little bit of tingling on the tongue, and the sweetness, the extra body, and this really long finish. You know, really feeling it, even still feeling the finish on this one. Definitely not something you're going to kick back with a few glasses of, though, because it is that sweetness, that thickness. You know, it's like honey. It's got a little bit of the flavor. You know, it's got a little bit of that texture, the taste. Man, this is pretty darn good. I like it. Definitely one if you check out. Most of the times you'll find it in that 375 if you can find it. And, you know, it might be something to check out for an after-dinner drink, aperitif, if you're having some folks over or something like So I wanted to keep it short today, let you get on with it, getting ready for the next episode, getting ready for the weekend. So I think that's going to do it for me. Question for the show: have you ever had a Sauternes wine, and what do you think of them? If not, what is your favorite dessert wine or dessert drink? Let's go there. Let me know in the comments. Follow me on the Facebook, the Twitter, the Google+, YouTube. New shows every Thursday. And until next time, everybody, cheers.